Good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. K. Saranagas. Welcome to my Vault of Horror. Welcome to the final episode of this year's Mr. K. Saranagas Monster Fest. Today we're going to be doing a brief, personal deep dive into my life growing up with my favorite holiday, Halloween. So without further ado, let's get into this intro. Now, I'm going to start off with as young as I can remember. I remember, because I was born in 1992, I remember the first costume that I wore was, I believe, Barney the Dinosaur. When I was a kid, very young, like I didn't even know, like, who I was, or, like, I couldn't even speak. You know, I was still very, very young, about 2 or 3. So, like, that was the first costume I remember. But I remember growing up and my costumes began to evolve in different ways. Considering that I was a kid from the 90s, I was dressing up in, like, the Goosebumps masks from back in the day. I wore Power Rangers costumes. I was a Pink Ranger, Blue Ranger, and a Red Ranger in, like, a 3-year span. I was a Ninja Turtle once. I believe that I was also a few video game characters growing up. Like, the thing is like, the thing with costumes is that the greatest thing about it during Halloween is that you can make your own and make your own unique look. And I've always done that. There was hardly ever a time that I bought my own costumes. I made my own costumes. Because I really, I didn't get the opportunity to go to a bunch of costume shops all the damn time and get whatever I wanted, because it wasn't accessible where I was living. So I had to make do with what I had, or we bought it from a specific catalog, which now, in just a moment after this quick commercial break, we're going to go and explore a particular catalog that I grew up with that has a huge deal to do with Halloween. Okay, now, I remember there being a magazine, a brochure, like some kind of order magazine, back in the 90s and the 2000s that came in the mail every year during the fall. And it was called Oriental Trading. Oriental Trading magazine contained Halloween costumes, Halloween decorations, and tons of different varieties of awesome Halloween-themed candy. Think about it. When was the last time in a couple of decades that you've ever been able to track down these particular treats from Oriental Trading? I'm going to have a list right up here that I'm going to have my mascot pop up and show in just a sec. But first, the first one I want to explain is it's realistic, actual size, like life-size eyeball gumballs that have a design on them, and here's the kicker, it has a cherry blood-filled filling. That is one of the most memorable Halloween candies that I ever got the opportunity to have. Now, second one, I would say is these gummy body parts. Now, you can still find these, but the way Oriental Trading did it, it was amazing. They were able to make severed body parts that were like gummy candies, and they looked really realistic. Like, they had ones that were specifically where you could order gummy severed fingers. It was an absolute blast, and I love it. I love it so much. Number 3. This is the final one. Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones was literally they're like Bones Sweet Tarts, but they're in a coffin package, a plastic coffin packaging, and you can put the pieces of candy together to assemble an entire skeleton. These you can actually still find from time to time if you know where to look. Amazon actually has Oriental Trading items, so I definitely suggest, like, some of the candies that they had are on there now, but some of them are just lost to time. And these magazines don't even exist anymore. So it's really unfortunate that that's the case, but, with everything that's going digital and everything, it's no surprise. But now, let's talk about the haunted house attractions. Now, growing up, when trick-or-treating was still relevant, and I wish it still was, but it's taken over by trunk or treat and shit like that. I'm like, man, I miss those days. I wish kids would be able to trick-or-treat more often than they do now. But when I was trick-or-treating, and I'm sure many of you understand this too, and they're still being made, but not as often, only like the true Halloween lovers even do this stuff. But we used to be able to make our own haunted attractions and make them as gruesome as possible and scare the pants off of each other. It was an absolute treat. And I remember so many traumatic memories from the houses that I went to where they just busted their ass trying to make props and make their homes frightening and their backyards intimidating. I absolutely loved it. And I miss those days, but thankfully we still have haunted attractions every single year, and thankfully they're everywhere. And so we are still able to enjoy that from time to time. But as a kid, as a trick-or-treater back in the day, it's just those do-it-yourself haunted houses that you went up to people's houses and you go in and you'd be scared stiff by their homemade effects and all that, and all their crazy environments and shit. Like, you don't see those very often anymore because kids aren't able to trick-or-treat hardly anymore. So, it's a damn shame. But let's get back to another commercial break.
As the moon starts to glow, a bright and bright, the night you will go. Out in the middle of nowhere you might be haunted by something that goes bump in the night. Yeah. cannot tell of what prowls in the night. No escape from this nightmare of fear. Hold foolish eyes, know you are near. Man-eating plants and vampires and ghouls, skeletons and monsters with mouths that drool. Brace yourself, for eerie man-made beasts, created from parts recently deceased, summoning you, rest in pieces.
Shocktober, weeknights at 8, all this month on Cartoon Network.
Nickelodeon Shriek Week. Scary marathons. Are you afraid of the dark? Brand new, never-before-seen Halloween Nicktoons and the world premiere of Nick's frightening new reality game show, Scaredy Cat. Shriek Week. Get your shriek on. Starting Saturday, October 26th, only on Nickelodeon.
This Halloween, it's Unleashed.
Hello? Hello? Someone there?
It's Week for You. You can't run. You can't hide.
What?
New Mountain Dew Pitch Black Limited Edition.
Good evening. Welcome to the Fox Halloween Bash, brought to you by Subway.
Subway, now that's a sandwich.
Now here's our favorite fiend, the Crypt Keeper.
Why, hello, kiddies. Just making sure my Halloween decor is a cut above the rest. Coming up, some fiendish fun with your favorite Fox stars from Universal Studios, Florida. But first, a peek at those twisted tees from 90210.
Now, before we start the final segment, I would like you guys to please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell me what your favorite memories are of your Halloween. What year were you born? What was your earliest memory of wearing a costume? Tell me all your experiences down below. And don't forget to press the hype button if it's there, so I get my videos out on the algorithm, and everybody will be able to enjoy my videos during this Halloween season. Now, let's end with legendary candy. The stuff that makes trick-or-treating that much more worth it. Now, yes, there's some bad candies out there, but I'm going to save that list for next year, possibly. But I want to point out that there are more than just a couple good candies out there. Like, sure, there can be a top 5 all day fucking long, but I'd rather, look, I'll give you a top 5, but it's not an official top 5. I could honestly, give a top 20 of Halloween candies that I loved over the years, but we'd be here for hours. But there have always been so many legendary candies out there, and it helps that the advertisements back in the day were absolutely just hooking us in to wanting that candy in our trick-or-treat bags. We dressed up as the best we could fucking be, because we knew that if we had a good costume, we would be getting good treats. Like, damn good treats. I remember there were times where a person was so impressed, they gave us a full-size candy bar. Now, let's quickly get to a top 5 real fast. And here's my mascot to introduce him. Butterfinger. That is definitely one of the best candy bars out there. But the best candy bar when it comes to trick-or-treating isn't Butterfinger. It's Snickers. The reason why I feel that way is because it's got the nougat, it's got the chocolate, it's got the nuts, it's got the caramel, and bonus, it doesn't stick to your teeth and gums like Butterfinger does. You're not picking at your teeth hoping that you don't have the next cavity. If you eat a Snickers the right way and just maneuver it in your mouth a little bit while chewing, hardly anything to pick out. Number 3, I gotta give it to Skittles. Now, when it comes to Skittles, it could be any kind of fucking Skittles out there, because they're all fucking good. Sour, regular, tropical, wild berry, smoothie. They're good. They're fucking phenomenal. Skittles rule. It's just I don't think we have them around my town as much as we used to. So, we got Skittles gummies, but we don't got original Skittles. Number 4, I'd have to say those witch candies, the peanut butter taffies, the ones that are in the orange and black packaging, the little individually packed, the orange and black. Now, I know that is kind of like being hypocritical with the whole Butterfinger thing, because if you do not soften these things, you're gonna have some fucking problems eating these things. If you're a kid, it's no problem. Your teeth are gonna fall out anyway, and you're gonna get adult teeth, so it really doesn't matter. But as an adult, if you want to enjoy this shit, as long as you soften it up the right way for a good amount of time, you won't be pulling your fillings out of your fucking teeth, and you won't be losing any teeth either. But number 5, I got to give it to the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is the best chocolate peanut butter candy out there, and they have Reese's Pumpkins, Reese's Bats, great advertising over the years. Reese's was made for Halloween, in my personal opinion. If you get a bunch of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups in your trick-or-treat bag during Halloween, you were one lucky kid. And most of the time, if you didn't get a good batch of candy that year, and you just have a bunch of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, you would pick those out, eat those, and give the rest to your little sister or brother. But yeah, candies are a must for Halloween. And it's definitely something that, it brings back good memories with all of the just amazing candies that we grew up with over the years. And that is it, everybody. Now, I could go on and on and on and on, but then I wouldn't have more content to make for the next several years. Because we will be back with Mr. K. Sardonicus' Monster Fest next year for Monster Fest 2. I promise you. This is going to be a reoccurring thing. I'm not going anywhere. Now, next month, I won't be making as much content because I got to get money made so I can start making even more content in the future. But you will see me at least twice next month. So, just stay tuned. I will be here. I'm going to be on all my other platforms as well. So I will be around. It's just I got to make some money so I can make more content for you guys. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. I haven't got a website up yet for my merch. So it's like I'm literally having to work my butt off to earn the money that I need to make content. So, just stay with me and everything will come together in a decent manner. So, until next time, take care.